The number sequence in the PL-89 is derived from verses in the Bible, from Leviticus chapter 25, verse 20. In the verse, the question is asked concerning the Shemitah year, the sabbatical year, a year in which the ground must be let fallow, it must not be worked, and the Bible, the Torah, addresses the feebleness of the human heart, of the human emotion, and a person may ask what they would eat during a time when they neither plowed nor sowed, in the time of agricultural society. And to paraphrase, the verse goes something like this: If you will ask, what will we eat in the seventh year? We have neither plowed nor sowed. God makes a promise that He will make enough food in the sixth year to last for the seventh and the eighth and the ninth. Now, the seventh year is the year in question, the Shemitah, but there are two other years that are mentioned after the seventh year, and those are the basis of the PL-89 calendar. The verse states until the eighth year and the ninth year. Now, the eighth and ninth, the eighth year is the first year of the next cycle. It's kind of like in music when you have the tonic and then you go up to the octave. The octave, the eighth note, is actually the same sound as the first note, except it's one level higher, a full level higher. So the eighth is the first and the ninth is the second. So 8 and 9 is like saying 1 and 2. But the Torah says 8 and 9th. It doesn't say the 10th, it doesn't say the 11th, it says the 8th and the 9th. The moment that was realized that it was the 8th and the 9th, and it matched the color system in which had been developed a few years earlier, that 8 and 9 had the same color. It is purple. One is a lighter shade of purple and one is a darker shade of purple. One of the meanings of PL is purple lock, based on a combination lock, and the combination lock has 40 notches in it, but there was a combination lock that was found that is actually purple. It was a two-tone lock that very much resembled the color system, and in which the 8 color was a little bit lighter and the 9 was darker, and it was actually dialed exactly to the number 8. That is the reason behind the PL-89. And the PL-89 calendar starts at 8. This is the PL-89 calendar, and if you want to see it closer, you can pause, and you can see that it starts at 8. If you add 9, you'll have 17, and then 8, 25, and then 9, 34. Now, this is a line of separation or a limitation. You could say an equator or a border of sorts. It's kind of like a combination lock where you turn it to 40 and then it goes back to 1 again. It's like an equator, you might call it. When you get to 34 and then you add 8, you don't go to 42, you just go back to 2 again. So the first line reads 8, 17, 25, 34. 2, 11, 19, and 28. And then you add 8, continues on to 36, 5, 13, 22, then to 30, 39, and then passes 40, going to 7, and 16, etc. They go in rows of 8. Now, this format is 8 by 10. It's 8 columns and 10 rows. And if you look at the Kabbalistic table of the 72 names, some call it the Shem HaMephorish, but some call it the 72 names of God, that comes from verses in the book of Exodus concerning the Red Sea, that the first verse is read directly, the second verse is spelled in reverse, and the third is spelled is forward again, and each acrostic, each letters from top to bottom are matched, lined up with each other, and they form words. And those words are the basis of names, of the 72 names of God, as it is called. If you look at the PL-89, the format is exactly the same. And the PL-89 is read from, it's like read in English. It's read from left to right. But in the Kabbalistic table of 72 names, it's read from right to left. But it had been explained that the first corner of the 72-letter name is a name that is comprised of the letters Taf, Kaf, Kaf, Hey, and Taf, which has a numerical value of 425. And it is the eighth name if you're reading it from right to left. And it was taught in a certain Kabbalistic video that I saw recently that name establishes the borders for the rest of the table. And it's 8, and then it starts on 8. That's why you start 8 from this way. And that's all for now.